Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I am so glad you've stopped by because today we are reviewing the Colourpop Butter Me Up collection. I don't know if that's actually what this whole collection is called for sure, but I do know that the palette is called Butter Me Up. I think it's actually called the Butterfly collection, I'm pretty sure, but the Colourpop website and the Ulta website are not very clear. We're gonna call it the Butterfly collection though. So if you want to see exactly what's inside this Colourpop Butterfly collection, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and keep on watching. Okay guys, excuse me if my voice is a little raspy or a little rough because I've had sinus drainage all day long and it is killing me. Well, like not really, but like kind of. And my throat is a little sore, but we're gonna push through and we're gonna be beautiful. Maybe if I put a bunch of makeup on, I'll feel better about myself and I'll be happy and it'll just make all of my nasal grossness go away. That's my plan. Let's do this. Now what I meant in the intro whenever I said that I didn't know for sure if this was the Butterfly collection or if this was the Butter Me Up collection, because the display at Ulta showed 3 sets. Granted, all of these 3 sets were butterfly themed, but they were all different color stories. There was a purple color story, an orange color story, and a more pink neutral color story. I think that's right. Needless to say, I was drawn to the purple color story because I love purple. It's not my favorite color, but I love purple. Mainly I love purple on my eyes. Like as my eyeshadow color, I think it looks great, so I love it. So needless to say, I picked out everything from the purple portion of that collection. And what that consists of is the Butter Me Up palette, the Big Papillion So Juicy Duo, which is 2 glosses. Now what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go over each product, then we're gonna get into using the products. And of course I'm gonna swatch the palette for you. I got everything for this collection from Ulta, so I'm gonna let you know everything that the Ulta website says. So for the pricing, the description, it's all from their website. First, the Colourpop Butter Me Up palette. This is $18, and the description from Ulta's website says, exclusive and limited edition. No need to convince you. Colourpop's 12 pan palette is what you need this season, featuring purples and mauves in a mix of matte and metallic shadows. Create any look with this gorgeous palette. Then the next piece to this collection is the Big Papillion, or so it says on the top, So Juicy Gloss Duo. This retails for $12 and the description says, love it when you call me Big Papillion in Colourpop So Juicy Plumping Lip Gloss Duo, cruelty free. I like it when you call me Big Papillion. Yeah, love that. Then we have the Colourpop Wing Tips. This is a Super Shock Trio and it goes for $15. The description says, get Colourpop's iconic Super Shock shadows and new pressed glitter bundle, bundled up to create a whole look. Gorgeous purples and holographic glitter. Yes, please. Include shades Chrysalis, Viola, and Indio. And then the last thing I got is the Colourpop Falsies. These are in the style Minx, and they look beautiful. These are $8. And the description says, complete your cruelty-free makeup look with Colourpop's Faux Mink False Minx Lashes. The softest 100% synthetic fibers are lightweight, effortless, and add the perfect finishing touch to your look. Includes 1 pair. Man, say that sentence 5 times fast. Colourpop's Faux Mink False Minx Lashes. Faux Mink Minx. Got it. And that is everything that I got from the collection. So we're gonna start with the palette. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch every shade that's in it. Then we're gonna jump into a look because I'm excited to get this makeup on my face. So first things first, this is the Butter Me Up palette. That print is gorgeous, and the silver embossment that it has all over the edges of the butterflies and the flowers is simply beautiful. It is just beautiful. Then we flip it over and it has all of the shade names that are on the palette, which we're going to go over in a moment. Also the ingredients and that it's cruelty free and recyclable packaging. And we can open it from the top. Then we have the palette itself, which looks exactly the same as the unit carton, literally exactly the same. And then the back doesn't look exactly the same. It doesn't have the list of ingredients on the palette. It does have the shade names though, and also that silver embossment, and it's beautiful. Now we open her up, and we do have a protective film. And here's the shades. Ah. Ooh. It's so pretty. Oh, those glitters are just gorgeous. Now let's get into some swatches. The first shade is the Big 3. Next is Fleet. Then we have Silk Street. Then the shade Overpacked. I would say that's definitely a glitter. Then we have the shade Stay Golden. Island Hopping. Oh, I can't wait to give you a close-up of that. On a Whimsy. I want to say that shade exists already. I'm not sure. I love that shade. It's a beautiful silver. The shade Paradiso. I also think this shade exists already. I think I have them both. Then our last row, first shade is Made to Last. Then Details. The shade Night Dream. And last is the shade Reckless. And that's the entire Colourpop Butter Me Up palette. And you know, as always, I will show you close-ups and photos of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here. And this is a close-up of it with the flash on. This is what I was most excited to show you guys because the camera does not do these shades justice. This palette is so multi-dimensional and you can't see it from far away. Oh, just look at those. Ugh. Even the mattes, some of the mattes are really multi-dimensional. Those swatches were so beautiful. I knew they were gonna be good, but I didn't think they were gonna be that good. I didn't know that they were gonna have that much dimension in them. I thought the mattes were mattes and the glitters were glitters. But there's a multitude of different textures in the palette, and that's what I like about it. You get your options so that you can pick and choose what you want instead of just having to stick with one thing and be done with it. And I think that's what Colourpop has been really good at. Even in their monochromatic palettes, they still give you options within that monochromatic look. Anyway, I digress. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes, and then we're gonna jump into this palette. My eye is now primed, so I think I'm gonna go in with this big fluffy Profusion brush first, and I think I'm gonna use the shade Stay Golden. It's kind of that mauve-y pinky tone, but it's sort of neutral, so I can kind of spin it in a neutral direction if I want to. I don't really know yet. I noticed that most of the mattes in this palette are a little more on the mauve side than they are the purple side. Well, I guess Silk Street is more of a purple. Okay, yeah, so you can really go neutral, mauve, reddy pink, or purple. Those are your matte directions. And I'm just gonna start with packing this into my crease. I'm essentially gonna make this the basis of all the other colors. In the end, my look should be this color, mainly. And I'm not really tapping off any of my excess yet. I just want to build up the pigment and then I'll blend afterward. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know too that the glitters in this palette are not technically eye safe because some cosmetic glitters are too big, and if they fall into your eye, they have the potential possibility of causing damage to your pupil or your retina. And Colourpop does put a warning on their packaging for that to let you know, so use at your own risk. I use them all the time. They're just too pretty not to use. And they put them in there knowing that everybody's gonna use them. They just legally have to say that. This went on a lot darker than I anticipated. I thought it was gonna be a little more of a toned down type of cranberry shade, but it is definitely a purple. It is like, well, it's really like a cranberry. It's very, very close to a full cranberry. Maybe a little bit deeper. It kind of matches my shirt. Love that. Now with a smaller, fluffier blending brush, this is actually kind of long. I'm gonna go into the shade Made to Last, and I'm gonna blend out the edges of this shade Stay Golden with that shade. And I did tap off the excess this time because I just want this to be a very light blend, and I'm going on top of Made to Last with it. Can you see how that's sort of neutralizing that cranberry tone right around the edges? I just want to soften it, and instead of blending it out into my skin and the tone of my skin, or the eyeshadow base actually, I wanted to blend it out with another color so I could test more shadows. And I'm just fluffing this shade everywhere, right on the outside of Stay Golden. Now this time, rather than bringing Stay Golden upward and blowing it out, I'm actually taking Made to Last and bringing it down so that it kind of reduces the effect of Stay Golden. Okay, I love this. Now I'm going into the shade Reckless. It is the deepest purpley mauve tone aside from black. Not gonna go into black. I don't think I'm gonna go into black at all this time. But I do want to deepen up the crease, and I don't think I'll be able to deepen it up with Details because Details is just slightly deeper than Made to Last. So we're gonna see how Reckless works. I'm gonna start just on the outer corner so that I don't mess everything up before it's too far to go back from. Oh, that's not bad. It's deep, definitely, but it's a nice deep. It's not a scary deep. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. And this brush is perfect for this. This is the Morphe M506, but it has a little taper at the end where it kind of comes almost to a point, sort of, not a full point, but kind of to a point, but it's still a fluffy blending brush. So you can use it to get in those little nooks and crannies in the crease and still blend them, but without getting them too blown out. And now that I dipped into the shade again, I'm gonna start right here on the inner corner and then slowly pull that up and into the crease as well. And now we just connect the dots. The dot over here with the dot over here in an arch. Now for me, this is blown out just enough. It's still barely visible whenever I look at you like this. You can still see that darkness right above my lid, but whenever I close my eye, it still has dimension. It goes from dark to light. So now all I need to do is just on the outer edge here where that darkness is so deep and there's just a solid line there, I just need to blend that out. And since I don't want the darkness to be any higher and I want it to stay where it is, I'm gonna go back in with the fluffy Pearl Fusion brush and back into the shade Stay Golden and use that as my blending shade. I do believe that I'm done with the crease. I need to stop before I just blend it so much that it gets muddy. That is possible, be careful. So now what I need to do is create this spotlight. Now I don't want to do it with the shimmers that are in this palette, not yet anyway. I want to first look at the Wingtips collection of the Super Shock shadows from this collection. And again, these are the shades Chrysalis, Viola, and Indio. Indio has a star on it, not intended for use in the immediate eye area. Okay, so one of these is also not intended for use around the immediate eye area, which makes sense because these are very powerful glittery type shades. So let's open it up. I've got a little secret to tell you. I love Super Shock shadows. If I ever got the Super Shock Shadow Vault, which is like every Super Shock shadow, I would melt. That is just what would happen because I would be so happy. These are the 3 shades that come in the kit, or the trio. This one is Indio, this is a Viola, and then the last one, the white one here, sorry I can't hold them like that, is Chrysalis. They all look gorgeous. So this is Chrysalis. Hard to see on camera, huh? And that's what it looks like with the lid off. It's really a white with just a purple reflect. Well, you can kind of see the reflect now. Then Viola is the next one. That literally feels like butter, like melting butter. And that's what this one looks like in the pan. Also, kind of hard to tell. It is a purple with a bunch of different reflects in it. It's got yellow and green and blue and orange. It's almost like a holographic reflect. And the last one that's not technically eye safe is Indio. It is definitely a pressed glitter. So I guess it's a Super Shock glitter? I can't get it over the bone of my hand. These are a little tricky to work with. You can't really swirl in them, or at least I'm scared to, because the glitter pieces all rise up and start lifting. But it's also very, very pretty. Let me try to turn down my ring light and see if you can maybe see these a little bit better. Is that any better? No, not really. And that's what Indio looks like close up. Again, kind of hard to see, but it's a bunch of little glitters. Its main tone is a purpley mauve, but it also has pieces of blue and green. Yeah, that's it, blue and green. Like teal, blue, and green. I think I've decided. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to layer a couple of shades. I wanna use the shade Paradiso first in the palette. And for that, I'm just gonna use the Morphe M204 flat shader brush. And this is really just so I can get that really deep purple tone on my lid first. And with this shade, it's more of a satin, so it really kind of acts as like a matte base with a little bit of a sheen to it. So I feel like it's gonna work on the lid just to bring out some of the detail on the lid and to make it pop just a little bit. Then I'll go over it again with another shade to make it pop even more. I just like that purpley base since that's kind of what I have going on this look. It's just what felt right at the time. I don't know. The shade actually layers to be quite foiled. Maybe not foiled, but it definitely has a shine to it. It's more of a subtle shine than it is like a foil though. Perhaps if I wet it, it would be even more foiled, but I don't really want to at this moment in time. I want it to be sort of in the background a little bit. Now I'll use my Morphe M506, the little bitty tapered blending brush, and go back into the shade Reckless, the deeper maroony type tone. And I want to make sure that I didn't lose all of the halo type effect that I have on my eye, where I'm darkening it around the outer edges. It's more like kind of a spotlight perspective and method, but I like to do that on a halo too because I think it just gives more dimension. And I'm just blending this shade inward, making it look like, well, kind of a spotlight eye. Oh, that's so beautiful. Honestly, you could even stop right here. This is gorgeous, but I need more of a pop. I need a pop. And for that pop, you guessed it, I'm gonna go into the shade Indio because it's not safe for the eye. So I figured I would just use it on my eye. Now, before I do that, I'm gonna go back in with my eyeshadow base and my Luxie 246 Precision Crease Brush and go ahead and make the halo on the eye so I can put the glitter on top of it. Okay, that's sort of the general idea I wanted to go for. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's me. That's all I need. As I go in to try and fix it even more. Okay, it's as good as it's gonna get. Now going in with Indio, I hope that I can control this with a brush. With it being a glitter, it might be kind of tough, but we're gonna hope. I'm gonna go in with this tiny little flat shader brush. It's very, very small. It's a detail brush for sure. And I'm gonna start just dipping into this glitter shade and just start packing it over this halo. Normally I would not do a halo with glitter because it's so hard to get a clean edge with a glitter, but whatever, YOLO. Maybe I'll get lucky and can blend it in the end. Man, this Super Shock feels almost like a jelly much when I'm putting the brush into it. I'm not actually feeling it with my finger, so I don't know. It is now all completely applied to the triangle shape that I cut out with my eyeshadow base, but I want to drag it a little bit farther out to try and blend it into the purple a little bit more so that maybe I can get a little bit of a gradient on those outer edges instead of such a harsh line. Usually the idea is to have a harsh line, but those shades just don't work like I thought they would in a halo effect. I feel like I should have gone more for a spotlight if I was going to use a glitter. Again, YOLO, you live and you learn. Now it's just messy and ugly. So what I'm gonna do is just turn it into a spotlight eye. I'm just gonna make it a big circle of glitter and use my pinky. Because now that sounds smarter. Oh yeah, that's already better. That is so pretty. Oh, I'm in love. Indio, where have you been all my life? Seriously though, I really like this, like a lot. Now I want to try something which is probably going to destroy what I just did, but I need to try it. I need to experiment. That's what I'm here for. I do the experimenting so you don't have to. I see if it works so you don't have to mess with it, but you still can if you want. I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe M204, the flat shader brush that I used in the shade Paradiso, and I'm going to add Paradiso back on to the edges of this glitter in a circular pattern, like in a circle around the glitter, because I want to see if I can turn the glitter more purple by packing a powder shade on top of it. Oh my gosh, I can, but it's also taking away a lot of the beautifulness that the glitter has. So maybe I should stop doing that, or maybe just stick to a little bitty area around the edges. You know, I'm not regretting this. I'm actually quite enjoying it. Okay, I like that a lot. That actually turned the glitter a little bit more of a purple tone on the outsides, and it made it blend more from inward to outward. I'm very satisfied with that. I like this a lot. I do wish, however, that I didn't have little glitter particles all over my face now. You just have to live with it if you choose to use glitter on your eyes. In this moment, I wish I had the purple liner that they came out with this collection. I opted out of that because I was getting the glosses and the lashes and the Super Shock shadows, so I figured I didn't need that, but now I wish I would have. It came with a black and a purple, and that would have been perfect, like a purple wing here, or a black wing with a purple accent. Oh, that would have been so great. Well, the black wing's still gonna happen, because I do have the Colourpop BFF liner in black. So let's do this wang. Actually, let me clean up around my eye first. That would be smarter. You know, considering I used the glitter, there's actually not a whole lot of fallout under my eye. You can kind of see any sparkliness that's there. It's really not bad. It's just immediately under, and it's wiping right away. That's nice. The edges are clean, now let's line. Man, I wish I had a purple liner. My liner was not too successful. The first line was, whenever I started in my inner corner and drug it out to the outside, it was perfect. Then whenever I went through to make that quick connect the dot line from the outer line to the inner line, it started skipping and jumping, and all that glitter started lifting up and turning over on itself and getting attached to the liner. So I would suggest going very, very lightly over the glitter, because that got away from me so fast. I made a wing that was like bigger than the Great Wall of China. It covered up a lot of my work too. It makes me sad. I was really liking what I was doing. Now there's glitter everywhere, glitter all mixed into the liner. The more I try to get rid of it, the more the glitter shows up. Anyway, it's fine. It's just a little wonky eyeliner. So now, I need to go ahead and do this over on this eye. And since the other products are lashes and So Juicy lip gloss, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my face anyway, because I'm not gonna use any of the products that I have right now until the end anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my other eye and my face off camera, and once I finish all of that, I will be right back with you guys. So I'll see you in just a second. As you can see, I just finished the other eye off camera, and I just noticed something that I kind of wanted to tweak a little bit before I finished everything else. So right now I'm gonna go in with this tiny little concealer brush. It's gonna be used as a brow bone highlight brush this time. It doesn't have a name on it. It's the Morphe brush. If you've been here for a while, this is the Morphe brush that I never have the name for because I don't know what it's called. It's just the Morphe brush that looks like a wet concealer brush or a spot concealer brush. Anyway, I'm gonna take this and go into the shade The Big 3, and I'm going to use that shade as my brow bone highlight. I think, maybe. Hopefully it won't look like crap. That might have been a little much. Wow, okay. Oh my goodness, that is... I expected that to melt away. That did not melt away. That is a white. With an aqua reflect? Oh no, it's purple and aqua. You can see it change as I turn. Wow, okay, I can get down with this as a brow bone highlight. I can be happy with that. That is really cool. I'm just gonna kind of build that up a little bit because I really like that effect, and now that I've seen it, and I want it to be very extreme. Is that too extreme? No, that is iconic. My gosh. I wish you could see this in real life, in person, like right in front of me. Colourpop, I just don't know how you do it. Especially being all in-house and being able to keep your prices super affordable for all us broke people. Cause I'm a broke people. Now that I have the edges of that blended out, I really want to see what it looks like if I spray the brush just a little bit. So using my Colourpop All-Star Spray, just gonna spray this same brush, just a tiny little bit, one spritz, go back into the same shade, right on the tip of it, no more than the tip, and just highlight that highest point in my brow bone. And stop just with that. That added just that icy goodness that I wanted to see. It's so beautiful. I think I have just about the most foiled brow bone a person could have. So now that I've gone in and added that most beautiful touch that I am so happy with, I'm going to bid you adieu once more so that I can actually finish my face makeup off camera. And once I do, I will be right back. So I'll see you in just a second. As you can now see, we are back and the face makeup is done. So I now need to finish off my lower lash line because they feel naked, very naked. Now since I have all of this dark, vampy, smoky, mauvey purple going on top, you know I've got to have that on bottom too. So that's what we're gonna do. I am first going to take this pretty thick flat brush. It's not like a thin lining flat brush. It's It's pretty dense. And I'm gonna go back into the shade Reckless, and I'm just gonna start packing this right on my lower lash line. And see, what I like about this shade is it's already giving me that deep vampy color underneath my eye, but it's gonna be blended out. So I'm still gonna have that, but it's gonna be softer and more blended and more professional looking. I don't know why I had to have an accent to be professional. Now I'm using this teeny tiny bullet type blending brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Stay Golden. This is the shade I'm gonna use to blend out Reckless. It's gonna give me that soft pinky mauve type tone, so I can still have that deepness right by my lower lash line, but still be able to get that pink tone on the outer edges. And that's what I love doing. We work gently so as not to damage the eyeball any more than we already have to. That is just so pretty. Wow. Can you see that smokiness? That purple, mauve, beautiful smokiness? Ugh, it's gorgeous. Okay, now that's it for that part. I think this is smoked out enough and it looks really, really pretty to me. Now I'm gonna use this little like sponge tip applicator brush. I don't know what it's called. I don't know where I got it. I don't know what brand it is. I know nothing about it, but I'm gonna use it to pick up the shade Island Hopping, which is the Not Eye Safe glitter that's in here. I don't know if this foam applicator will actually work for this, but I'm gonna try. I think it does. And I'm gonna take this shade and apply it right on my inner corner on the lower lash line. Oh yeah, that was perfect. It's just a little glimmer of shimmer or whatever. It's like a little euphoria touch of shine. And I really like that this foam brush thing gives me so much control over this glitter. You could pretty much use any foam tip applicator if you have one. I think Ulta sells them. I know Ulta sells them if you don't have one. It's a cute little moment though. This is cute. I like this. Nothing major, it's just cute. This is completely optional, by the way. Now it's time to use the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Piggy Bank. This was not part of this collection, I just have it and it's purple and it's perfect and I wanted to use it. Liner is now done. That means it is time for lashes. So we're gonna go in with these Colourpop Falsies in the style Minx. They look so fluttery and beautiful. First though, I need to cut these down to size because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be a little bit too big for my eyes. They're always usually a little bit too big for my eyes. All lashes are usually a little bit too big for my lashes. Those lashes were trying me for a minute. They were, but I got it. We're okay, we're good, we're surviving. So here is the lashes, and I think that they are just beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. To me, they really represent this whole butterfly thing. They kind of look like butterfly legs to me, like the little, you know, the legs, how they're like long and spiny, which that kind of grosses me out a little bit, but these are fluffy and beautiful and not butterfly legs. I think these lashes would even be really, really gorgeous on just like an everyday neutral type look. They're just fluffy and so full. I am quite satisfied if I do say so myself. Now let's check out the So Juicy Plumping Lip Glosses. Again, this is the style or the box collection called the Big Papillion. That's a type of butterfly, isn't it? Isn't a papillion a butterfly? This has Princess Cut and Gentle Thing in it. Oh, I didn't know it had Princess Cut. I have Princess Cut already. Well, I guess we're gonna be using Gentle Thing. I'm not gonna open this Princess Cut and swatch it or anything because I have opened it and swatched it on a video already. If you haven't seen that video, I will go ahead and link it right up here so that you can check it out. It's just me talking about the So Juicy lip glosses. That is if I can find that video, because I don't remember if I called it So Juicy. I don't remember what it was called. I'll try to find it though and leave it there for you so you can see what it was like. But today, that means we're gonna be using this So Juicy Plumping Gloss in the shade Gentle Thing. Oh, I'm a gentle thing. And I actually think that this might maybe end up going with this look a little bit. I feel like I might want to do more of a nude lip underneath this, then add this on top, just to tone it back just a little because I don't want this red to be as intense as it is. So what I'm going to use is the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Naughty. You naughty lip. And there we have it. I think something to note about this lip gloss as well, you know that type of gloss that you get that you pump it out, you put it on, you put your lips together, take them apart, and it feels like there's almost nothing there anymore because it was such a thin formula and it just feels so smooth, light, and comfortable on the lips that you just can't really tell it's there. Well, this is exactly not that. If you want big, giant, goopy, juicy lips, that's what this So Juicy plumping lip gloss is all about. It gives you the juiciest of the juicy lips. You can feel it. You can feel it. It is very thick and very sticky. This is like Max lip glass. It is that thick and it is goopy, but man, do you get some glossy lips out of it. My lips look 3 times bigger now. Well, like a third bigger now. Either way, they look big and pretty and juicy, and they feel so minty, and I can feel the effervescentiness in my mouth now anytime I inhale, which is kind of fantastic because it's like I'm chewing spearmint gum without having any spearmint gum in my mouth. So, this is the final product in the entire Butterfly / Butter Me Up collection that I got. And this makes the full face from all of those products. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I don't really like it. I kind of love it. Not only did we hit the target with the color scheme that I love, mauve purples that contrast my hazily greenish eyes perfectly, but we also got beautiful glitters and super shock shadows. We also got some gorgeous fluffy lashes and one, for me anyway, brand new So Juicy plumping lip gloss. For this collection specifically, I can say that I loved every part of it. The palette has a versatile color story that's versatile enough for me to make a few different looks out of it. I don't have to go hardcore purple. I could still go completely neutral with it. I could go neutral with a pop. I could go neutral with a shimmer. I could go one color all over the lid, and with getting these super shock shadows on the side, I could play with that even more just by adding something in the crease just to give me a nice even wash of color there, then popping something on the lid. Those make the perfect combination, and this gloss fits this collection perfectly because these lips definitely match all of this that's going on. It's beautiful. I love it. And then the lashes, don't get me started on the lashes. You already know how I feel about the lashes. They're seemingly double stacked. It's 2 layers of fluffy, voluminous lashes built up, and I think they're great for me anyway, for everyday type wear, and it's all on an affordable budget. What's not to love? That's my opinion though. Don't forget to let me know what you guys think because I'm always curious. I want to know if you have it, what you think about it. If you don't have it, did you not get it because you didn't like something about it? Or did you not get it because you didn't have the money? Or did you just not know about it? Did you just not want it? Or did you get it and do you love it? Speaking of love it, if you did love this video, then please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It does let me know that you like my content, but it also lets others find my content because you liked my content. Speaking of liking things, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and to never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.